We've come down to Tiptree, Wilkin, yes, in Essex, of course, and they grow many things, yes, to make jam. But let's look here because this is a unit that was set up, and I'm just going to check with Andrey because I can't remember, but it's a few years ago to grow strawberries. How many years ago is it now?
10 years now.
Is it 10
Yeah,
years old?
time just flies, isn't it?
Now, you set it up really initially as a complete experiment, wasn't it, against growing in tunnels?
Yeah, initially our thought was we've been developing tunnels and covers for crops for more than 10 years, 20 years now. And this was kind of the next generation of greenhouses for strawberries, covered, much more confined space, or much more plants per acre or per square meter, completely covered all year round, collecting the water and at the same time producing early and late fruit. So it kind of gives all around benefits really. Our intention was to collect enough water for our crops initially, but actually putting the structure in place, it gives much more advantages.
Now, one of the things you did do originally was you had them on chains and they went up and down, didn't they, different levels to increase the capacity per acre, didn't you?
They still do, Craig. They still do. We're putting them up and down when we're actually operating, but when they're on one level, that's the growing level, what we call it.
So you change it basically for picking, really. It's to make the picking easier, is it?
Correct. Actually, you're getting them to a level where the picker feels like it's the right level for picking. So your hands actually relaxing down without any pressure. If
Quicker.
you're picking like that all day long,
Yeah.
you put a lot of weight on your shoulders, even just hanging the head without doing any manual operation. But having them right down on your level, it's a perfect. And picking speed is much increased, and at the same time you can see actually everything on the plant.
Right, so these plants that we're looking at here, when were they all planted, these ones here?
So planting started back in February, early February, and so far development has been great. We're just seeing the first flower opening now, and we're just waiting for the weather to warm up a little bit. For the last couple of weeks we had fantastic weather, and hopefully that will continue. Of course, the nights are very cold at the moment.
Very cold indeed.
Yeah,
Heavy
temperature
frosts.
drops almost
Yeah.
to minus outside, but inside temperature still holds around 5-6 degrees because the plants are operating, breeding, and creating that environment.
So from planting in where did we go with planting? We were planted in what
February.
month? In February.
Early
And
February.
when would you have hoped to have been picking?
So we will see the first red berries around 20th of April, but actual commercial picking will begin towards 2-3 days later probably, and but otherwise that's kind of a norms every year, except if we get the exceptional April, that may speed up the process.
So it is a fairly normal year, really.
It looks like at the moment, yeah, we're not behind, but I've still got April to go through, so we never know what that will bring.
Now, let me just remind people, because the big thing about this unit is you've pointed out, you collect the water, it's reliant on a lot of ingenuity. Now, we've got lovely blue and yellow, looks like pieces of polythene running along the units. Tell us a bit about those.
It's a sticky tape or trap, what we call it. You probably can see the small insects or pests which we get attracted at this stage, and they're catched instead of going to the crops. So that way we don't need to put any
no insecticides.
No insecticides, yeah, in place.
Is this completely insecticide free then, pretty well?
I would say yes. We are kind of aiming. There's always that danger if a pest is prominent and we can't do anything about with biological control, either with any physical means of attracting them and sticking to that tape. We have to apply insecticides, but 99% of the time we're insecticide free in this structure.
Do you still have to use pollinators, bees for pollination?
Pollinating, yes, we have to use, and we've got a couple of hives here. That it's too early; the bees are not out at the moment. Yeah, because the structure is closed, so there's nothing coming from outside. So it stops the bees coming from outside and the same going out, and at the same time stops all the pests coming in as well to the crops. So it's kind of enclosed, and that's what the benefit is.
Now, the other thing that here at Tiptree, Andrey, you're always very proud of is always trying something new. Now, I know, all right, you could heat it all in here, but I see above us we've got these what look like red and white lights. Tell me more about these then, because they're only on this small section, aren't they?
Yeah, we're always pro innovation. We're always looking for something new, something better, which is can help our crops, for earliness, grow better, taste better, and everything. So we have a light here, LED light. It's what it's called. What normally is used in a vertical indoor farming, but we're also trialing it out on the field because in early February, the light levels are very low. In UK, so we would like to try and see what the benefit will bring to the crop. So it's a small area, tiny area. We have to assess all that. What's the benefit? How much it costs to do it, and is it worth doing it for us?
And I suppose the same would uh, account for heating. Would be the same. I mean, are you going to trial heating as well?
Yeah, we're trialing heating on the other side of the greenhouse. We have again one bay, and we're heating it differently to the conventional way.